So I'm live. It's snowing outside. And to my knowledge, I don't need to shovel yet. So I'm going to set up my camera and I'm going to go live on this so that I can use my phone to do what I need to do, which is to read. Customize audio. Okay. Yep. We have just made it through our first cold wave of the winter of 2025. It was pretty brutal last week. At some points, it was 8 degrees, technically 28 degrees, but it made it worse. It was really windy. Meanwhile, in California, there's fires happening. Everyone's talking about it. People are making sure their friends are okay and things. And it's scary to watch. I mean, all of California is on fire. I mean, like big parts of it, big mansions are burning. And some of the footage is, since it's snowing, I'm gonna have terrible Wi-Fi because of course. But last time I did this, I was live on my phone and I couldn't use it the way I wanted to. So now I'm going live on YouTube so that I can use my phone. Happy January 11th. 6 months, 5 months, whatever you want to call it. I can't even count sometimes to my birthday. Till I'm 35, which is such a silly little age. But I've been working on scripts. I'm trying to get out there, Scripts are just forms of content that I could break up into videos. And speaking of which, I need to start that video over there. Hold up. Okay, so that's recording. I'm live. And this right here is tracing paper. It is my favorite form of making art on in the world. When I create and draw my whole life, I kind of let the drawing come to me, and I can best do that by observing the texture of the paper, the actual texture of the paper, and I'll actually see shapes inside of all these little folds, right? Like all the little subtleties of a piece of paper. I can literally see all these shapes and characters inside of them. And if I combine my ability to see those shapes and project what I see in them from my imagination, I combine that with a little bit of a, what do you call this? A brush marker. I get stuff like this. I get some of my favorite illustrations. So I'm going to return to that style of drawing, and I'm finally going to tackle this, which is a list of words that are inspiring that I want to make these new collage ideas that I have. I think that I want something that's more solid. Like I want to make art that's less like, oh, so what's this about? And I want to make a piece of work that says life is a collage. I also want to make a piece of work that says something and people go, okay, this is what it's about, and then form all the things around it. Like it says the words. I think that there's something to that. Um, so the top word here is think. Um, but the word that I really like is story. So I want to draw that as a graffiti letter. I just need to find a sketchbook that I like. Hold on. And my plan is to draw the letter and then add some texture to it and some line weight by doing that, by going onto the onto tracing paper. For example, like if I could take these drawings into my tracing paper, the collage ones, right? I'm showing both cameras. Then I might end up having some cool stickers and just other, life as a collage things. Speaking of which, you're never going to create something that everyone's going to like at first. But everybody likes the Mona Lisa. Everybody knows the Mona Lisa. Everyone's attracted to the Mona Lisa. Like it is a staple of future art. You can't call yourself an artist and say I've never seen the Mona Lisa. It's one of the most famous. It is probably the most famous image of all time, competing with Just Do It by Nike or Mickey Mouse or Jesus. Like honestly, it's up there. It makes me want to get it in my room. Actually, it makes me want the actual Mona Lisa in my room. Here's another one of my favorite. I mean, this sketchbook just says 2000. This is when I started, 2024, and these are some of my favorite graffiti things that I did. Actually, these were cool. Life's a cool one. That's a cool one. Earth, collage. Those are cool. But I just did those just like brush pen. I have some Boston ones here. Uh, Random notes, my mind palace ideas, which I'm kind of moving past. That's a random sketch I did, which I will erase, I think, eventually, of me on a live. And I'm looking up right exactly at 10 minutes. I've been filming for 10 minutes. But I need to shoot a lot of content coming up to know exactly what camera I'm looking for and to know the weaknesses of my D610. I know factually it's too big to bring to France. It is, I mean, that's a career camera. That's like if I wanted to start shooting weddings on the weekends or start shooting photography on the weekends. I could use that. However, it is yeah, it's too heavy to bring to France. Okay, so anyways, I got a piece of paper here, right? I'm gonna lay it down. All right, so I have my whole setup here on my table. The paper is a little wobbly. I'm gonna raise my seat up. I raised it down actually so you could see the words "make art" behind my head. But since I'm sitting at a funny angle, I'm actually not too worried about it. Not really. It's not gonna be centered technically, but I think that's the highest that tripod goes. That looks like the highest it goes. I can't imagine it going any higher. And I'm gonna put my little paperweight here and tilt this, I guess. You're not gonna be able to see the drawing. You can see my paperweight though. I got that at the zoo with my aunt, with my niece. Sorry. Let me just make sure my shot is decent. Hold up. cut in red. Okay, I raised the camera, but so that should take care of more things. Anyways, what's it like being, an creator, creator? What are you? Are you an artist or are you a creator in Boston when there's nowhere to go and you kind of live in like the outskirts of a suburb? Well, if I can really start to focus again, it's kind of nice. As long as there's no interruptions or distractions, I could get some work done. Again, I'm going to do story. That's going to be the words that I'm going to choose. And I'm going to try to close my eyes and imagine like a new form of an O. I'm going to look around for inspirational O's first because story is STORY, right? And I kind of like that idea of an O. Kind of lopsided O. And this is when you can see that I'm multitasking. You can't see my drawing, but I have these scripts in front of me, and my brain says I want to do that. Okay, it's okay. O is a hard graffiti letter because it's hard to differentiate it up. It ends up looking the same, so you just got to do it. Oh. And now I'm looking, so now I have a center point. I'm gonna see if there's an S that jumps out to me. Like I have one in my head. I'm seeing if I can project it onto the texture of the paper. Is there any shapes that are jumping out to me? I'm going to use my eraser to take some layers away. And this is just a warm up. Okay. I literally, as a professional illustrator, and I'm not kidding, people might giggle at that. I've been doing this my whole life. First step is to draw light. These are really important things. Find a seat that you're comfortable in. Usually put some music on, but I can't play music because I'll get copyrighted on YouTube. And start adding and subtracting on the paper, which means draw, then erase, then draw, then erase. Get used to the eraser being a tool and not a signal that you messed up. There's no messing up. There's no failure. There's just editing and chiseling and like adding and subtracting. It's math. It's numbers. It's just shooting free throws. Like that's what I learned from doing my everydays. Was just keep on creating, make art, shoot free throws, stuff like that. So now I'm going to look at this little erase shape, which wasn't even centered again. And I'm going to see if I can project some kind of story. I'm going to do gestural shapes. And I'm actually going to pause and look at the scripts I have and see if I can get a cool shot that I could turn into a clip. In terms of my video creation, I'll tell you, I have been creating it on my phone using a app that's called CapCut. And I've made 3 videos on my Collage on Instagram. And those are still up. And then I made 2 videos on my Manning Everyday Instagram. And those are up. And then you guys have seen the latest YouTube video but I need to make these little clip content things. And I'm developing scripts. So I'm going to do one here. Like, it's got a cool background. It's centered. I like the make art thing. I'm wearing my cool sweater. So it says, you're never going to create something that everyone's going to like at first, right? I want to smile more. Oh, like, subscribe, and share this content. It tells the algorithm how to find me. I identify as a healer. I don't quite necessarily identify as like a motivator. I think I thrive through healing. And if people don't have pains that I can't address or fix or identify as severe, it's hard for me to create. Yeah. But I'm a healer. I identify as a healer. And the shadow of that is like a motivator, for lack of better words. But that's what I'd identify as. So I want to smile too. You're never going to create something that everyone's going to like at first. You're never going to create something that everyone's going to like at first. That's the little clip. The next thing I have here is William Scott. Creative growth. Oh, the Dennis Diderot grant. Dennis Diderot was a famous philosopher. Yeah. Your best ideas come to you in the weirdest places. I have that. I did a drawing. Oh, okay. I did a drawing every day for a year straight. Here's why I recommend you have to do it too if you're going to call yourself an artist. I did a drawing every single day for a year straight. And this is why I recommend you do this exercise too if you call yourself an artist. I did a drawing. Okay. I did a drawing every single day for a year straight. And here's why I recommend this to you as a creator or an artist. As an artist. I know. Behind the scenes, guys. Okay, patrons. This is what behind the scenes is. But I did a drawing every single day for the year of 2022. In the year 2022, I did a drawing every single day for that entire year. Here's why I recommend you do an everyday challenge. That was good. That was decent. I did a drawing every single day for a year in 2022. Here's why I recommend that you do the same if you want to call yourself. Here's why. The same as an artist. What if you don't? Yeah. Here's why I recommend you do the same. I did a drawing every single day for a year straight in the year 2022. Here's why I recommend you do the same in 2025. That was good. That's the one I can use. Okay. So I have that clip. So I'm going to tap on my phone, say I did it. Practice. Free throws. I'm going to get better at this, guys. Just wait. It's January. Just wait. Do I have too many interests? I'm not going to master multiple disciplines for others. Yeah. Do you have too many interests? If you're not going to do you have too many interests? If you're not going to master multiple disciplines for others, master them for yourself and your own creative ideas. That's what I've done. Drawing, video, visual art, storytelling, these are all disciplines that you need in today's era to call yourself an artist or a creator. Two major categories of creativity. There you go. Okay. Here's another clip. I feel good about that. Do you have? Yeah. Okay. So I'm doing these little check boxes. Next, this one is like kind of like The other point I wanted to tell you is I've created content on my Instagram that shows a different side of me. Like even the video that's doing the best right now on my Instagram is the one about playing guitar, and that's doing best because it shows a different side of me, and that was the goal. But it that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with my collage yet, unless I do a collage about guitar. But here's another one of those things where it's like, what does this have to do with collage? No, it doesn't really. It just has to do with knowing Michael Manning, the creator, the artist, the person, the human, the brother, the son, the teacher, right? The mm, Beaver alumni. That's what this is. What is Mike into? I'm into Marvel. So um, nobody is talking about nobody is talking about this in Deadpool and Wolverine. The reason why Wolverine wears his mask is because he is a decoy for the X-Men. He wears bright colors and a ridiculously themed outfit so that he can attract as much attention as possible. And he'll take as many bullets as possible with mild protection, even though he knows it won't kill him, but it will hurt him because of his healing factor. They never addressed that in the latest Deadpool and Wolverine, and it drives me crazy because it's not that complicated, okay? Wolverine wears a ridiculous outfit so he can attract bullets for the X-Men. He's a decoy. Wolverine is a decoy. He says, look at me. I'm wearing this thing that doesn't camouflage at all. I stand out so that all the enemies waste the human enemies waste their bullets on him, and then he can go in and do his thing because he's an assassin. He's a weapon. He's a spy. He's a soldier. He's a soldier. He's a mutant soldier. He's like Captain America, but a mutant his whole life. He's 200 years old, right? He doesn't care what he looks like. The X-Men designed this thing for him because he called himself Wolverine, and they did this whole spiel, right? Like, why does it have horns? Why does it do this, do that? They probably designed multiple outfits for him, and that was the one he liked the most. And he said, okay, if you're gonna make me do this, but like someone said, let's make it look like bright yellow. Like, why bright yellow? Because he's a decoy. He doesn't need camouflage. He's going in knowing he's not gonna die. He's just gonna get like hurt or maimed. So they gave him some protection, but like there's a way for this ridiculous suit to serve a purpose. And they never addressed that in Deadpool and Wolverine. Play the clip now. Okay? Play the clip of Wolverine talking about it in the movie, because I get how movies have to edit. I get how movies have to cut stuff down, and maybe there's an explanation in there that got weeded out of the movie. But that's what I got to say about Deadpool and Wolverine. I love the movie, but no one has gotten this right about Wolverine's suit on the big screen. On the big screen. No one has gotten this right about Wolverine's suit on the big screen yet. Maybe not ever. Maybe this has probably never been put correctly in anything. People just like, there's no explanation of Wolverine's suit anywhere. Okay, so I got that off my chest. The next clip I want to grab is about an artist journey. We live in a collage. When I was in college. Oh, and then that's just like a biography. This one is Dolly Parton, David Ortiz, Bob Marley. Okay, so the next birthday that's coming up that's relevant is actually Muhammad Ali. So that's cool. That's cool. You know, I started this new month yearly calendar, right? This is going this way, 2000 to the trip. You think you can see the trip in blue. This is the France trip. This is July. Yeah, this is July. This is June. This is May, April, March, February. So, yeah, I started this new calendar here this day after Christmas when I got the new one. But that's cool. I could do something about Muhammad. Okay, just spitballing. I'm doing content about Muhammad Ali because I've done a collage about Muhammad Ali, so let me do some content about that. And I'm gonna take my sweatshirt off just to change it up, make it look like it was a different day, you know, even though it's cold. It's cold. I'm cold, Robbie. Okay. Okay. So, every time I go back to watching content created by Muhammad Ali, anytime I go to watching stuff about Muhammad Ali, I am inspired again. I'm healed. He Muhammad Ali was a man who lived through tremendous pain like me. I admire Muhammad Ali beyond compare. It's just his whole deal. Let me see if I'm still recording actually. Hold on. If it's not even recording, that's okay. So okay. Okay, the setup is working too. This is the first time I've kind of done the setup legitimately. As in computer, phone here, camera. Can use my phone, use my camera, everything's working. Okay. Yeah, but I can only shoot 20 minutes of content, so I have to make sure every like 20 so minutes that it's and it helps to cut it up that way. Okay, anyways. So Muhammad Ali's birthday is January 17th. And then Dolly Parton's birthday is actually January 19th. So that's the next person I could talk about. You know. But I created a collage for a friend of mine inspired by Muhammad Ali because we both like Muhammad Ali. And, you know, a lot of my collages come out of these conversations with friends of mine that I hold dear. And I just know my friend was talking about it. This is a barber who would cut my hair all the time. And we both connected on Muhammad Ali, you know, like just through conversation, like, yeah, he's so cool. Every time I see his art, every time I see him talk, I I hear something new. He's just always relevant. He's always every time I see clips of him, it's always new and fresh. Um, there's no longer any voices like Muhammad Ali anymore. Advocates, um, people standing up for being yourself and trusting your heart and standing up to bullies. I feel like he was both classy and fun and rebellious at the same time. I love Muhammad Ali dearly. That's all I know. On the other side of the coin, Dolly Parton's cool. I like Dolly Parton. Um, she recently had a resurgence. Let me wait for the train to go by. Oh, that's the other thing I could do. Here's another technique. So if you just scribble on a piece of paper and then erase it, you might get some cool textures. And just do like literally story. Ooh. I feel like sob it. Story. Why? That's interesting. And then whichever one of these is the most interesting will win. Okay, so I did some of that wacky fluff, right? So I did a Zentangle essentially. Now I go back and I erase it. Speaking of which, I'm going to do that to that last page too. This right here is a divider actually for the markers, because sometimes the markers will bleed through. So I have a divider. It's a loose piece of paper that I can stick in between other pieces of paper in my sketchbook, so that the marker doesn't bleed through onto stuff that I like. For example, you can see it here. You can see like this protects it, so it goes onto this piece of paper instead of the like it bleeds through the page onto a piece of paper that I have it ready for, compared to a piece of paper that I don't want it on, one that I don't want to be bled onto. Again, something I learned from doing drawings every single day was that, I was like, I gotta fix this. So I call that the bleed page, I guess. It's a little messed up, but it's true. Here's my work desk. And I'm just doing circles to erase this. Again, just getting something down, getting textures down, rough ideas, staying loose, right? This is a good thing to do too, especially if you treat this studio like a real studio, which is that it's my space. No one's going to come knocking. And when I need to switch my laundry, I'll switch my laundry. I've already been doing this for about 30 minutes now, and I'm at a good place inside of my script notes. Erasers go quickly. And again, I erased it really, really light, like that. Okay. Whew, man, you have to shoot so much content just to use like, that's a good bit. I look good there. I'm legible there. I'm, what's the word? I'm understandable there. Yeah, this is probably going to stay an exclusive. I don't think I'll ever publish this live. It's so silly. Maybe one day. But it's so just like, ooh, this is such fluff nonsense. Okay. Staying positive. You don't need to care about the opinions of your parents or your current employers, ... So that's an incomplete little note. I get up, I health, I fitness, then I draw, then I collage, then I video, then I music, then I creativity, then I repeat. That was a note that I wrote in my phone. This yearly calendar changed my life. That was a thing I wanted to cut. I get up. There are so many wants we have, right? But most of all, I don't want to be a waste others' time. Yeah, that's a big word for sure. Is that written down somewhere? Stories, social media, movies. Think Boston. Waste. Is waste down there? No, these are all more positive words. And I'm doing story right now. Wow. I'm having an epiphany. I hate waste. I hate waste. I hate wasting my energy, my words, paper, products. I hate seeing others waste things, recycling. Oh, I hate it. I hate waste. And part of my creativity is me trying to not like, how many of you guys have things you hold that are sentimental, but they clutter your room, right? My work, I'm gonna like punish myself every time. I'm challenging myself to not say collage. My art, my artwork, my creativity, my artwork, my art, my pieces, my style, right? These are all things that will replace collage. So I don't have to say collage so many times. Because it's not about collage. It's about creativity. It's not about collage. It's about creativity. It's about, what can I make today? That's what collage is about. What can I make today? What can I make today? But yeah, like, how many of you guys feel me? Do you feel me? Like, I see, this is what the notes are for, so I can see where I'm at. There are so many wants. And maybe I should try to get center, because if I could get this, that'd be cool. It says there's so many wants we have, right? But most of all, I don't want to be a waste. I'm trying to think. How do I phrase this? I get up. There's so many wants we have, right? But most of all, I don't want to waste. Yeah. There are so many wants that we have, but most of all, I don't want to waste. I don't want to be a waste. Isn't that deep? I hate waste. So to elaborate on that, yeah, all of this, everything you see in my workshop, in my life, right? I keep mementos. I keep so much stuff, right? Because I don't want to waste it. I want to respect it. I mean, it came toward, like, it represents me. It's a part of me. All the thank you notes I get from my students, all the little trinkets I get from travel, um, the clothes that I buy, all these things capture the life of somebody. So I'll take as many of those things as I can, and I put them onto a canvas, because it's an efficient way to keep these things, right? You know, I mean, there's a lot of artists that work with trash art, right? Like garage art, cardboard, but my style of art allows me to keep all my thank you cards and the important parts of them, so that the messages that people leave behind don't get forgotten. And a lot of things in life are just forgotten. They're just evaporated, eviscerated. And there's no this is a relevant time to be talking about things being eviscerated, right? Fires, like I try to share my belief that those things should be treasured for as long as they can be, so that other people see, because somebody made that for you, like somebody put it in your hands. So bottom line is, I hate waste, and my style of art helps me not waste things. Okay, I can double tap those two things talking about waste, and I'm going to see if I can change my laundry now, because I got to do that. So again, if you have no idea where you want to start in art and you're part of this Patreon, you can see what it's like to have endless ideas, right? Like endless creative ideas. But through live and through content, I'm starting to see I could talk about it. Like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this happened, that happened? And then maybe someone picks it up. Or I don't know. Maybe I do create stuff, right? It's possible. Yeah, I think so. Okay. I still need to shop for stuff. Hold on. Hold up. I'm there for you if you allow. Putting my sweatshirt on is cold. All right. All right. Now, let's see if I can show. So that camera's off, I think. Let's see if I can turn this so I can show you guys some art. All right. Okay, so like I do have an idea. You could go stitch. Start stitching little hashtags to get, right? See the S forming. Very loose. This is good practice for France too. It's just like, where's my state of mind? Can I concentrate? Loose, moving. How often am I gonna need to eat? Am I just gonna fast all day? I mean, it's kind of cool if I could play some music, like loud music. That's gonna be helpful, you know. All right, and then we gotta make an R. Doing a bomb for the O. Cute little bomb too. That's a cool little illusion thing. Something like that. Something like that, you know? You can see. I just made that live. A story. It's got a cute little character in it. You can see the S. There's like a T, 3D T that's breaking up. There's the little cute bomb for the O. This is a psychedelic, wacky R that's coming out. And then that's a Y. Took me 10 minutes. That's very important information because one day somebody might ask me, what can you make in 10 minutes? And if you let me zone out for a sec, I can do that in 10 mementos. I can do that. Is that finished? No, it's not finished. I'm always trying to, I mean, the shapes, drawing shapes or letters presents a very interesting challenge. It's like, how many different ways are there to draw an O? I don't know. Not that many. It's not, I mean, that's the reality. Is the answer is there's not that many ways to write ooh. But can you squash it? Can you bend it? Can you make it tall, short, long? Now I'm getting texted to change my laundry. So can I pause this? It's been about an hour, and I want to keep going until I have to stop. So I'll be right back. I'm trying to think. Is there something that you can like just jump ahead? Once this piece of tape here, let me turn my lantern off. Right, turn this off, and when I come back, it'll be back on. Right? Is that see? Okay, I'll be right back. Hold up. course, I came back crunching stuff. I have candy canes all over the house. Christmas tree is still up. Plan on taking it down January 17th, which is Epiphany. Christmas tree is still up. And just random Christmas candy is everywhere. So I'm having a Starburst. I'm having a Skittles flavored candy cane. As a snack. Excuse me. Look at my hair. Exclusive. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so sweet. Oh, bite my lip. I've decided to move on from the story sketch. I'm going to write think. And I think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do it in a different font. Close my eyes. Kind of let it come to me. Okay. So I have this weird think sketch. I'm going to erase it a little bit. Now, the trick to all this stuff that I told you is do this if you have to. I mean, I'm a 34-year-old man with a bad back. So if someone wants to sketch something, freaking sketch it for them. If you don't have an eraser, then let time be your eraser. You got to go slow and draw light. But if you can do it because you're in your own studio, go for it. All right, so try not to move too quickly towards your end goal. Just enjoy the process. Lost my pencil. Flew away from me. Keep on trying. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that it'll be something like this. Quiet. The trip will be something like this. Quiet, studio, couple people, couple distractions, but nothing I have to take a break for. Supplies, better weather, time, silence, friends, inspiration, right next door. Yeah, it'd be good. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do some overdrawing. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw over this puppet because it's not really a good sketch. It's not a bad sketch, but I wish I could be like that guy, but I can't be. Even this is like amateur. It's me erasing. It's not an earthquake or a train. It's me erasing a sketch in the name of a new sketch. In the name of finding something new. This sketchbook paper in particular is so white. It is hard to see textures, but you can kind of see a couple, actually, a little bit. All right. All right. Peace. It's been an hour and 8 minutes, and that's good enough. I might be back later, but love you. Bye.